Okay, perfect. All right, so we're going to start with the story. The story is called, are you ready for this? Yeah. We Are Grateful. We Are Grateful by Tracy Sorrell. Help me, please. Thank you, Tracy Sorrell. And if she's the author, what did she do?
Write the book.
She wrote this book. I need to tell you that Tracy Sorrell is a Native American from the tribe called Cherokee. It's not where we live, but it's a different tribe.
I never heard of that before.
And now you have. Are you happy you learned something new? Me too. We are grateful. Ooh, look at that picture.
Oh, she's picking pumpkin.
Yeah. It looks a lot like that word we did last time. Doesn't it look like they're gathering crops? What is that called? Harvest. Uh-huh.
They're harvesting pumpkins.
Uh-huh. All right, ready to listen? Here we go. Cherokee people say Ostahaliga to express gratitude. It's a reminder to celebrate our blessings and reflect on struggles daily throughout the year and across the seasons. Do you remember how Mr. Archie uses different words when he speaks the language of the Puyallup tribe? Well, they're speaking a different language of the Cherokee people. Uligohusdi. When cool breezes blow and leaves fall, we say Ostalihiliga. I should really be having you listen to this from a man that I saw online. So they're being thankful for the, boy, that looks familiar to me. Does that look familiar to you?
Yeah.
Have you seen colored leaves like that?
Yeah.
Definitely fall time. As shell shakers dance all night around the fire and burnt cedar's scent drifts upward during the great new moon ceremony. As we clean our houses, wear new clothes, enjoy a feast, and forget old quarrels to welcome the Cherokee New Year.
This is very grateful.
It looks like they're very grateful. While we collect buckbrush and honeysuckle to weave baskets, to remember our ancestors who suffered hardship and loss on the Trail of Tears, and have hope as our Alisi, that's their grandma, cradles the newest member of the family and reveals his Cherokee name. As bears sleep, something changed. Look at the picture. Touch your nose if you notice something that changed. Look what changed.
From the leaves.
To what?
Snow.
To snow. Exactly. As bears sleep deep in snow blankets on the ground, we say, Osta Lehilaga. That's okay. Yeah, it's a new word. And it's of the Cherokee tribe, remember? While elders share stories and we savor buttery bean bread and steamy hominy soup. As older children, when we feed our animals and bird friends. As older children teach the younger ones how to make corn husk dolls and play cane flutes. While we gather to remember an uncle who has passed on. As men cuddle babies and sing traditional lullabies in Cherokee. When showers fill streams, I see another change. Touch your nose if you see what changed. Charlie, what did you notice?
That there's snow in the house, and then there's grass and leaves again.
It seems to me like the seasons are changing in this story. When showers fill streams and shoots spring up, we say, Hasta la heliga. While men sing, asking for thunder and lightning's protection of the emerging sprouts that women tend, as we gather wild onions, spring's first food, and serve them with hen's eggs, as we practice patience to sew pucker toe moccasins and coil clay to build beautiful pots. So they're doing some crafts and some things to make shoes and pots. As we plant ani, strawberries, and ancestral stories, sweet-smelling reminder not to argue with each other. As we embrace a clan relative heading off to serve our country. As the crops mature and the sun gets higher and scorches, we say hasta la heliga. It's summer now. Some of your traditions that you told me were in summer. When we grasp our gigs and wade into the cool creek to catch crawdads for supper, as we sink our teeth into the season's first harvest at the green corn ceremony, while we click-clack sticks, chase a small ball, and fling it high in the stickball game pole. Look at that game.
Whoa. That's hard.
Yeah, but I see some fun celebrations happening when we recall the ancestor sacrifices to preserve our way of life. To celebrate Nulistandadolv history and listen to our tribal leaders speak at Cherokee National Holiday. Look at, they're listening to their elder. Every day, every season, hasta la heliga, we are grateful. The end. Who remembers another word for grateful? Grateful. Find a partner and tell your partner another word for grateful. What's another word for grateful? Solve your problem. Find a group. I'll pull a stick. Lucy, what's another word for grateful? Thankful. Yes, so they were thankful for all those things. Excellent. Very good. Okay, I'm going to teach you a new word today on our chart. So I'm going to say the sound, and you tell me the letter. Okay, you can turn and face. I'm going to use green for this one. My turn. Letter.
T.
R.
R.
A.
A.
D.
D.
Very good. I.
I.
That's
T.
good. I.
I.
Aw.
O.
Yep. There's one left. N. N. Yes. All right, the word we're going to learn today is tradition. Say tradition.
Tradition.
What's the word again?
Tradition.
Will you tell your knee that word? Tradition. Good. Will you tell my stool that word? Will you tell the clock that word? Tradition. And tell me one more time in your number 2 voice.
Tradition.
Tradition. All right, I need to know if you've ever heard the word tradition before. Stand up. Put your hands on your ears. If you don't think, I've never heard of the word tradition, stand up and cross your arms. Okay, this means I've never heard of the word. This means I've heard that word tradition before. Okay, let's count how many have heard it. When I point to count.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Okay, so 4 of you have heard it. Okay, when I point, count.
1, 2, sorry, 3, 4, 5.
5 of you have not heard it. So now we need to try to figure out, what does tradition mean? Okay, go ahead and sit down. Figure it out with your partners. There's so few of you, you might need to have more than your usual partners.
What is?
Try to predict, what does tradition mean? Talk to your partner.
Would be your guess. Yeah.
All right, perfect. All right. Let me pull a couple sticks to get some ideas of what you came up with, what you think a tradition. Charlie, what do you think a tradition is?
Every week.
What, every week? Got it. Hannah, what do you think a tradition is?
Asking a question.
Asking questions. I love how you think. And remember, prediction can't be wrong. We learn new things. Noah, what do you think tradition means?
Every weekend.
Every weekend. I'm gonna pull one more. Gigi, what do you think tradition means?
Every week.
Every week? This one? I'll put a plus to mean another one. Every week? Carter, what do you think tradition means?
Being kind.
Being kind. All right. If you have one that you really want to share, put your hand on your head if you didn't get a turn. Luke, what do you think tradition means?
Doing something every year or day or week or month.
Oh my goodness. I have to write small. Doing something every day or week or month. Did I get that right, Luke? What?
And year.
Oh, and year. Oh my goodness. Ooh, good thing I left a little bit of room. Bowie, you may go set that on your table. Anybody else needing a turn? Jedediah, what did you think it was?
Being grateful.
Being grateful. We've been talking a lot about, being grateful. All right. You had a turn, Lucy. I already called you. All right, we're going to stop right there. All right, so let me teach you so we can practice using the word tradition. First of all, my turn, tradition. Your turn.
Tradition.
One more time, tradition.
Tradition.
This means teaching. So put your closed hands. It's like I'm grabbing all of what's inside my head and giving it to you. So it's teaching. Very good. One's culture. So remember we talked about culture being all those different things that people do. So here's the word culture. Culture. We're just going to do all those things that people learned from a long time ago. So culture. So just make a 5 like this and wrap it up. So we're doing all those things, culture. So let's practice again. Teaching one's culture. Now this is like a person with a long beard is old. By the old, say by the old, to the young. That's tradition. Okay, my turn. Tradition. My turn. Teaching one's culture by the old to the young. Tradition. Awesome. Okay, we'll keep practicing that. Yes. We'll keep practicing that. Okay, so I'm going to tell you what we're going to do today, and you'll enjoy this because we've been doing this. You're going to be learning, I can compare my tradition with someone else's. My turn. I can compare my tradition with someone else's. Your turn. I can compare my tradition with someone else's. Why do you think that would be an important thing to be able to do? So let's say I'm going to compare my tradition with Jedediah's. Why would that be important? This time I'm going to have you be in a group. So I'm going to have Noah and Gigi go to those two, Jedediah go to these three, and figure out why would it be important to compare your tradition with someone else's. What?
So, someone forgot to flush the toilet.
Solve the problem. You can do it. You're so silent. Why do you think it would be important for you to know something more about someone else?
I don't know.
Do you want to know anything about them? Do you want to know anything else about Jedediah? Why do you want to know more about someone else? Talk about that. Why do you think it would be important to know more about someone else? We don't know. Well, what do you think? Do you want to know more about Bowie, Gigi? Would you like to know more about Bowie? Okay, why would you want to know more about Bowie? Noah, do you want to know anything more about Lucy?
Yes.
Why would you want to know more about Lucy? Don't pick that up. All right, turn and face me, boys and girls. Let's go after this. It's so quiet. Let's just see if anyone has an idea. That was hard. Jedediah, why do you think it would be important to know more about someone else? What do you think? Is there anyone you would like to know more about? So, would you like to know more about Mr. O? Would you like to know anything about him? Would you like to know about your bus driver? Maybe. So boys and girls, I think it's important that we learn about other people, because the more we know about other people, the more we can appreciate or be grateful for them. We can be thankful for them, and we can learn about the ways they do things. Let me ask you this. I have a good question for you. The first time Mr. Archie came, did you know him? No. Do you like knowing more about him?
Yeah.
Oh, so do you like Mr. Archie?
Yeah.
So knowing more about someone and how they do things helps you get to know someone better and appreciate them. Okay? Show grateful if you're grateful for Mr. Archie. Oh yeah? Because we know more about him and he teaches us great things and tells us great stories. Awesome. All right. So I'm going to move this over about tradition. We're going to, what was that word? Tradition. Teaching. Culture. By the old to the young. To like kids. And what was the word again? Tradition. One more time. Tradition. Culture is a hard one. Can you think of any culture that you learned from someone else? Let me move this over. So, can you think of a culture that you have learned about? No? So let me ask you this. What is something that Mr. Archie said that he does that you hadn't heard of before, but that he taught you about? Anything? Don't you worry. I have a picture to help you. You were just going to say that? What is it? The canoe journey. Remember when he was telling you about? So that is something he said that, yes, and they rowed together. So that's something that his culture, when he was telling you about, that his culture, in their culture, it's very important. Can you remember something else that was very important in their culture? What was something else he taught us about? No? Let's see if I show you. Oh, did you remember? What was it?
The canoe.
That was the canoe journey that I just showed you. Do you remember? What is it?
Potlatch.
Potlatch. Remember when he talked about the potlatch? And remember all those different things, and he said how important it was to his culture. So that means the people that he is from, his family, and from his family and their family. And so his family from a long time ago have done these things over and over, and so that has built up their culture. It's important to them because it's their culture. Exactly. So each of you gave to me a tradition that was a tradition that you had in your family. Something, see if the yellow guy can help, and the red guy. Perfect. All right. Something that you do over and over. Oh, wait, it's a tradition. So it was teaching your culture by old to the young. So you've been being taught a tradition of your family that you shared with me. So let's just start picking names. Luke, do you remember what the tradition is that your family shared?
We stay home every Christmas.
Perfect. Let me get the mic. And will you say it in a complete sentence? My tradition is...
And I stay every Christmas.
Right. So your tradition is you stay home every Christmas. Boy, I see that word every. I heard that a lot in your, I'm going to go up like this, Luke, right above your name. But I want to know that that's your tradition. So, Luke, the tradition is that, can you tell me if there's any food that you eat during that tradition? Is there any food that is special to that day? There doesn't have to be. I'm just wanting to know. No? Okay. All right. And Bowie, what is your tradition? Oh, so that was great. Luke's getting.
My tradition
Measure. Say it again and enunciate it. Is doing what?
My tradition to do with my family is hang out and eat pizza and biscotti.
Okay. Hanging out and eating pizza. Eating pizza. What do you do when you hang out? What do you like to do with your family when you hang out, Bowie?
play a game.
Oh, that sounds fun. And then I'm going to put under this one as the food being pizza. And that is what you had filled out before. But I'm going to put spaghetti because you like spaghetti sometimes with your family too. You remembered that. That's awesome. All right, who's my next friend? Luke. Hey, it can't be Luke. Carter, it's you. What's your tradition?
Sometimes I go to my great-grandpa's and eat pizza and hang out and play with my family.
Exactly, that's exactly what you said. You go to your great-grandpa's and eat pizza and do what now?
Hang out with my family.
And what do you do when you hang out? You said the word play.
Play a game.
You play games. Okay. And that was Carter. Thanks, Carter. So I heard pizza again. And your great grandpa made what? I'm going to write because remember Bowie said pizza. Your grandpa made that pizza oven so that you could have that.
Yeah, and he has a pizza oven in his backyard.
Right, and so that's the place that you do it. Exactly. How about Charlie? What was your tradition?
Going to my family's and picking out ornaments.
Right, you get to pick out an ornament, and that is called your ornament dinner. That's what her family calls it. And what do you eat? Do you remember the tradition of what you eat? Okay, what your family actually filled out on their form is that a different one of your uncles, aunts, or your dad get to pick the dinner for the year. What do you think your dad would pick?
Spaghetti.
Your dad would pick spaghetti. Does your dad like spaghetti?
Yeah.
All right. Hannah, what's your tradition? Thank you, Charlie. I can tell you how your tradition started. I'll tell you how it started and see if you can remember what your tradition is. When you were younger, you and your sisters made a mess in the closet. Do you remember what tradition started from that? You do something every 2 weeks.
In the house.
Yes, you clean the house, and what do you do with the laundry? What do you do with the shirts and the pants? What is your job? When you clean your house and you have things on the floor, your mom washes clothes, and you have all this stuff, what do you do with those clothes? Your mom said you fold them. Do you fold the clothes? From the way your mom says you are really good at folding clothes. And that tradition started just because you needed to get your house clean. So that was one way to do that. All right. How about Gigi? What is your tradition? Where do you go once a year with your papa? You go hunting once a year with just your papa? Who goes with you?
Dad,
And who else?
Auntie,
And who else?
Papa, and Harper and Amy.
And I'll put sisters because your sisters are Harper and Jamie. Excellent. Do you ever eat special food when you go hunting, Gigi?
I do not.
I know you don't like to eat the meat, but do you eat something while you're hunting before you get an animal or anything? Do you go eat before or after? No? All right. Lucy, what is your tradition?
Going at the beach.
Yeah, so you go to a beach called Seaside.
Yeah, it's kind of like a trip.
Right, it's kind of like a trip. And who goes on that trip?
My mom and my dad and my brother and me.
And who's there at Seaside when you're there? Your grandma and your cousins and everybody on your dad's side. So it's nice to listen when people are talking. So remember where our eyes go and our ears go so that we can show that we are listening. I can hear Lucy breathing in the microphone. Remember where you hold
Sounds
that.
like wind.
But remember where you're supposed to hold that microphone, Lucy? Then we don't hear that. Perfect. Thank you. How about you, Noah? What is the tradition you want to share?
I eat go hunting sometimes.
No, don't tell us one that Gigi did. Remember, you have to do one that you did, that you talk about. What's something you do over and over again with your family?
Pizza?
You pizza with your family?
Yeah.
My tradition is pizza.
Yeah.
What do you do with the pizza?
I eat it.
My tradition is eating pizza. All right. We'll go over to that foods chart in just a minute. And that's with your family. Noah, can you hand that to Jedediah? All right, Jedediah, you're the last one here today to tell us your tradition.
Carving pumpkins.
And, oh, you like to carve pumpkins. That's right.
That's my favorite.
All right. Excellent. Now, boys and girls, what we just did is we shared my family. Let me write this down. I can't talk and write at the same time. So what we just did was we talked about our own traditions, and if you were being polite and kind, you were listening to what somebody else talked about. You want to hear what their tradition is. It's nice to hear about other people, what they do, because remember, the more we learn about other people, the more they can be our friends, and we can find things alike, things that we do like them. So what I would like you to do is think about right now what you do with your family for Thanksgiving. Don't tell me. So what are you going to do for Thanksgiving? Some people celebrate a harvest or fall time, but I know each of you celebrate Thanksgiving. You will do something for Thanksgiving. So right now, think in your head, what are you going to do for Thanksgiving in 2 days? When you have your idea, put your hand on your head. What are you going to do for Thanksgiving? You already told me. I know you told me the other day at lunch what you're going to do. Remember that? So put your hand on your head. That tells me. People coming to your house for dinner on your parents coming for dinner. Remember that you're having friends over for dinner. You're having people for dinner. All right. What are you doing for Thanksgiving? Do you remember? Oh, that's what you told me before. Okay, now here's the thing. I want you to be very careful when you tell your partners. You're going to tell your partner what you're doing for Thanksgiving, but you don't get to tell me what you're doing for Thanksgiving. Your partner is going to tell me what you're doing. So if Jedediah is my partner, whatever he tells me, I have to listen really carefully because he's going to tell me. He's going to tell me what he's doing for Thanksgiving, and then when it's my turn, I have to tell you, I can't tell you what I'm going to do for Thanksgiving. I'm going to tell you what Jedediah is going to do for Thanksgiving. Okay, so right now, tell your partner. You think you're finished, make sure that you are, make sure that you're ready to tell me what your partner is going to do. Make sure you know what your partner is going to do. All right. We're going to talk a little bit about our foods and our traditions for Thanksgiving, just for Thanksgiving. Lucy, what is Bowie going to do? Thank you for checking. Okay, Lucy, what is Bowie going to do?
My family's going to come to the movie theater.
Her family's going to a movie theater? All right, so for Thanksgiving, I'll put a line right here. She's going to go to a movie theater. Is there anything you eat special at a movie theater? Is there any food you eat there? Bowie?
Yeah.
What food?
Popcorn.
Okay. Jedediah, what is Charlie going to do for Thanksgiving?
Go to her grandma's.
Oh, I'm sorry, Lucy. Jedediah, what is Charlie going to do for Thanksgiving?
Go to her grandma's and eat turkey.
So she's going to go to Grandma's and she's going to eat turkey. Got it. Carter, what is Hannah going to do for Thanksgiving?
Eat meat.
What kind of meat is she going to eat?
Turkey.
And where is she going to eat that?
I think at her house.
Right, okay, good. All right. Luke, what is Gigi going to do for Thanksgiving?
Her family's gonna come over.
Okay, she's having family. Okay. And any special foods, Gigi, that you can think of? Any foods that you know are going to be there?
Strawberries.
Strawberries?
And I do bananas.
Strawberries and bananas. Okay. Noah? Noah? Thank you, Luke. Noah, what is a tradition that, what is Luke going to do for Thanksgiving?
Buy his whole family and eat turkey.
Oh, he's gonna do the same thing. I'll put another plus by turkey and have his family to his house.
Oh, I do that too.
All right. Oh, you don't get to talk about you. That's someone else's job. Gigi? Gigi? What is Noah doing for Thanksgiving? Another one of those. All right. Hannah, what is Carter going to do for Thanksgiving?
She's gonna eat meat.
Does she have any special kind of meat or just meat?
Meat.
Okay. And where is she going to eat that?
At her house.
Okay. I'll put it right here. And Charlie, what is Jedediah going to do?
Eat turkey.
What? With whom? Where's he going to do that?
At his house.
Oh, at his house. Is okay. And Bowie. Oh, I'm sorry. Bowie. What is Lucy going to do?
She's going to have turkey for Thanksgiving.
And do you know where she's going to have that?
At her house.
All right. Boys and girls, as you know, some of the foods that we will be eating, that you will be eating, are foods that the settlers learned about from our Native American friends. So, what is the Native American tribe that is right where we are? What are they called? What are they called, Carter? What is the Native American tribe? Our school is on that Native American tribe land.
Puyallup
You're right.
Tribe of America.
What was the name of the tribe called? You remember?
I forgot now.
You forgot? Carter said it. What was it?
I'll remember.
It's right where we are. Our school.
The Puyallup Tribe of America.
The Puyallup tribe of Indians. Yes. Yes, and they're called Native Americans, but they call themselves the Puyallup tribe of. And you know what? They had food, which you know about because we talked about harvest, that some of the food that you're going to be eating, they taught the settlers, our ancestors, how to get that food. Can you think of any of that food that we maybe learned about that the Native Americans also ate? Let me read. Pizza, spaghetti, popcorn, turkey, strawberries, bananas, meat. Tell your partner one that you think the Native Americans, the Puyallup Native Americans, ate.
What is it again?
What did they eat? What were some of these foods that we learned about from them that they ate also? That they harvested. They gathered. Well, you tell your partner, it's not me. Well, yeah, there is. Noah, what's one that you said?
They get like fish.
Okay, but fish isn't on there. It's a kind of meat, but they did teach us about fish. What did you tell your group? What did he tell you, Gigi? And you said it wasn't up there, but it is. Noah, you told your group corn. Did you say corn?
Yes.
Yeah, and guess where popcorn? Listen, popcorn. Those kernels come from the corn. So, yep, that's a good one. Popcorn was one. Hannah's turn. Hannah, what's another one?
Meat.
Meat. What were some kinds of meat? We heard fish. What's another kind of meat that we learned about that the Puyallup tribe of Indians would get before there was any people? Remember when we talked about when there was no people, no land? How did they get their meat? What kind of meat? Ask someone in your group if they can help you with that. Yes? Turkey. Yeah, turkey. Because remember you said birds? Turkeys are birds. Look at all that. Lots of those. All right, it's about time for us to wrap up. So can you turn and give me your attention, please? So let's practice our word one more time before we come back. Tradition. Your turn.
Tradition.
Oh, let's try that again. Tradition. Your turn.
Tradition.
Teaching.
Teaching.
One's culture.
Culture.
By the old. To who?
To the young.
To the young. To the younger one. Excellent. Like you're young. So your papa is teaching you about his tradition of going hunting with his family, and he taught it to your dad, and he's teaching it to you. So it's the older to the younger. Just like you're not that young and he's not that old, but he's older than you. All right, boys and girls, that was your bell. Would you please stand where you are? No, remember it's later today. If you are at the red trapezoid, would you go get your coat for recess?